Dick and balls. Oh, hey, why do you sound like a
mute? Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting round of the Charisma Checkers. That's right, we have a name now. Last we left off, Little Fum was drinking her sorrows away.
Hello.
Greeted by the ever mysterious Zashir Rain. Then Nadim Oupmai went out to look for her. That was pretty much it, actually. Not a lot going on. It ended with the night because of some, I want to say, scheduling conflict. We are going to be doing things a bit differently today. So, let me start by introducing today's cast. Are you guys ready?
Sure. I mean...
We can't take this seriously.
Introducing today's team for the day. Of course, we have our familiar cast, Little Pum.
Hello.
And
AKA, you gotta say it. Say it.
Shroom.
Hello.
And Ursus.
But that's not how. Wow.
Misty Sparkle and Nadim Oupmai will not be in this particular session. So we have two brand new characters filling in for the time being, and maybe even further. We have Azure.
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 My name is Azure. So.
And Taserface.
That's me. I mean...
So yes, in light of the change of events here, we're going to be featuring two brand new characters.
Woo.
Azure.
Thanks, man.
Introduce yourself.
Okay. So my name is Azure.
Hi.
Hey. I'm a 25-year-old fire Gensai.
Even though she sounds 12.
Oh, you can refer to yourself as a genie.
I'm a genie.
That's literally what they refer to themselves.
No. My parents are genies. I used to live in this volcano, and the volcano was like dying. And I tried to help it, but after like one try, I kind of got sick of it. And so I left, and so I'm looking for a new home. Friends.
No. I tried like once, and then I gave up.
No,
and then I walked away.
I tried. No, I tried, and then it wasn't getting better. So
I feel like her trying was like, all right, anyway.
It's a dead volcano. We're done.
it died. I couldn't help it, so I just said fuck it and left.
You didn't try hard enough.
You damn right. What about it? It took too much energy.
Now you gotta find a fucking new...
Azure, class, and race.
Well, I'm a genie.
Mm-hmm. What type?
A fire genie.
Just in case it wasn't already known. And what
Then
are you?
I'm a moon druid.
She is a moon druid.
Don't fuck with me.
I will literally beat your ass.
I
Druids
fucking
are
hear you.
one with nature in all respects. Moon druids being the more
Dangerous.
aggressive of the two types.
I
Clearly.
still beat your ass.
I fucking dare you.
Oh my gosh, so anyway.
We haven't started yet. And then we have Taserface.
Yes, I be Taserface. I am a warlock Dragar, and I'm also a hermit, so I'm very isolated.
Why are we all just fucking socially inept?
No, y'all.
No, y'all are socially inept.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not.
they're great. They're okay. Those two.
2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people.
You'll be okay.
2/3 of the cast.
Are you counting me?
He's God. You can't be social media.
Okay. Shear's not socially inept. Neither is the chief. He's just...
I'm talking about the players.
That's true.
Jesus.
You guys are like really hard at being social.
Except for 2 people. 2 people.
Well, that's
I was almost.
better than nothing. That's what y'all get. Nobody wanted to make charisma their dump stat.
I did.
That's true. And that's where, look what happened. See? We got a charisma character.
She had to be charismatic.
Mind you, I named this Charisma Checkers. And we have some of the lowest charisma.
That's not much. You could have chosen a better.
So, here's where we are. Because of the actions that have happened, it is now the next morning. Misty Sparkle was given the charge of watching the teenagers overnight since she doesn't...
whatever fucking reason.
Because she doesn't sleep at night on the occasion of being nocturnal. So, when you guys woke...
It was not the smartest.
She had taken the teenagers and completely disappeared.
I never put my opinion in decisions that are made. I've never even paid attention.
So, Misty Sparkle and the teens are gone for now. Nadim Oopmai never returned last night and is also missing.
You know, now that I think about it, knowing my character, I probably saw her leave and just didn't say anything.
Probably.
To be honest.
He probably just woke up and was like, she's taking them.
It went right back to sleep.
Right the fuck back to sleep.
So,
like a fucking baby.
Ursus, in search for Nadim Oopmai and the teens and Misty Sparkle, has decided to venture off into the forest. While Lilithpum slept with a very intense hangover.
I'm gonna whip somebody's ass.
So, with that being said, let's jump right into the news. Hold on. You know what this needs?
Music.
Some music.
Alexa.
Play some of that jumping music. Noah. Do me a favor. Give me the controller.
Drops it.
Throws it.
Everyone. We are going to start off at the end. Lilithpum is at the end by herself, waking up with a hangover.
Oh man, my head. Jesus Christ, why do I drink?
Jeez. There we go.
Did you understand I had a hangover on the travel?
Wait, don't do it yet. No, don't do it yet. Okay, go. So.
Oh, it's so pretty.
She wakes up at the end with a hangover like hell. And to make that hangover worse, she hears a knock at the door.
No, go away. I'm not here.
The chief has a request. It's Adis, the chief's personal bodyguard.
What do you want?
Can you open the door?
I'm kind of naked. Speak.
Can you open the door?
I open the door. Yes. I don't have clothes on.
The chief has an issue.
Okay. There's a couple.
It's if you want to change first. Yeah.
Oh, you're making me leave. Fine. Give me a second. I slam the door. I open the door with clothes on.
Thank you. So, recently, a neighboring city has
Why are you
attacked
talking
us.
loud? Fuck. Speak quietly.
Well, we were hoping that you and your team of...
They're not here. You got me.
Where are they?
I don't know. I got here, half of them was gone, and the other half, I guess, disappeared this morning.
We need your help with the warring city. They've come to attack us recently. The Iliad has returned.
What What about his army? Why does your king need my help?
The city chief feels that you adventurers have ways of getting things done. He'd like to enlist your help. Since it's only you, any help is better than none.
Give me a second. I guess I'll help out.
He's willing to pay you double
Double.
of what he pays the soldiers.
Oh, what does he pay for soldiers?
Hard gold.
I guess you got a good deal going on here. I'm in.
Excellent. Whether or not your team comes back, I'd like to introduce you to Taserface.
I understand Taserface.
It's metaphorical.
What does taser even mean?
It's a metaphor word. I don't know. It's the child name. It's the name they gave him.
Questions. Get dressed. We have to go.
Anyways, Taserface here is one of the city's chief commanders in the war. He knows everything there is to know about the Iliad. He's been fighting them for years. You two need to head out to meet at the front lines to face the Iliad. Anything you can add to this war will be more than helpful. Any questions?
Nope.
All right then. I'll leave you two to it. I need to tend back to the city chief. And with that, Azus walks away. Adis walks away.
Get it together.
Shut up. So, do you guys want to have any kind of introductory conversation?
I guess it's just you and me this time. Because I don't know where my group went. Do you say anything at all besides me? This is going to be great.
Cut away. Transition. I gotta play some of that jumping music. Transition over to Ursus, who has decided to stumble into the forest outside of the city. He feels that more than likely that is where everyone would be located, minus Lilithum, who he left hungover back at the inn. Ursus is walking through the forest when he sees charred trees in his path. As he gets closer, he feels a bit of heat intensity.
It's getting a little toasty. What's going on here? Why is everything so burned?
He's then attacked by an ant that he thought to be a tree he was leaning on. Ursus, roll saving for Constitution.
D20.
Yeah, D20. I thought you said I rolled a nat 20 or something. Like, come on.
10.
All right. You narrowly escaped the Ent's attack. You are presented with an Ent who is enraged and charred a little.
Boy, this is a 16.
Was it?
How?
How did you miss me that?
Because of the light.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
This man's going to miss out on some good numbers.
Look, come over here and look at it.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
Alright, so beautiful.
16.
So, Ursus, what do you want to do here?
So I'm getting attacked, right?
Oh, yeah, it's attacked you.
All right, bitch.
Aggressive today, aren't we?
All right. Let's get that drum pounding tail going first of all.
Okay. First things first. +1 to inspiration, Lilith Palm. Perfectly in character. And go right ahead with you pound your tail on the ground. A symbol of war ready to brew.
So like I see it in front of me, or is it like did it like
you
come by
you
and then
dodged his attack, and now you can see it's a living tree.
oh fuck, pulling out my battle axes, bitch.
You pull out your hand axes.
Battle axes. God damn it.
Okay, so I'm guessing with your hand axes, you are willing to attack.
Oh, they are, okay.
I am calling them what they are.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. They're battle axes.
Do you attack?
Yes. Let's fucking go.
Roll. It's on the sheet. Go ahead. Not even. No.
Two D6s. Three. 5.
With your hand axes, you chop at the tree. Since trees and axes seem to be a thing, bonus 2 damage. The tree backs away in fear. He's seen what happened to his cousins.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
He's more cautious of you, but there's someone behind him.
Behind me or the tree?
The tree, the
Okay.
ant.
Oh, was that me?
Yes.
Oh,
What are you gonna do?
God.
am I fighting the tree?
I mean, this is a great chance to make an entrance, so.
If you fighting me, you better be fucking careful.
Ooh, them big words.
I done already fought a group of wizards. So
My name is Alorax, and I speak for the trees.
Ursus has officially quit the game.
Ursus is disconnected.
Snaps his own neck.
Nope.
So what are you gonna do here? You're behind the ant, you have the advantage.
I'm gonna fight this tree. I'm gonna fight it.
Okay. What are you gonna use? You can, you got magic, you can attack, etc., etc.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my twin daggers. Is that a bad idea? That's a dumb idea.
It's not a dumb idea. Any idea is a good idea.
You're literally
You can
a
literally do whatever you want.
fire wizard.
I know, that's why I know.
My God.
We're off to such a great start.
I'm not gonna lie, she threw me off because I was like, I thought she was gonna say something fire related,
Yeah,
but she was
I know.
like, nah.
If there's any better option
So-
than fire,
You pull out your daggers.
I make a decision, I stick to it. Click on.
Pull out your daggers. What does it say you're gonna roll for daggers?
2d4s.
So roll 2d4.
A 1. I got 5.
Okay. The ant is attacked from behind in a piercing but also blazing pain. 5 damage is done. The ant falls forward. He has been chopped. He is dead. You two gain experience. But much like whose line is it anyway, that just doesn't matter. So, you are now standing face to face with each other.
immediately ready to attack.
Ursus holds up his hand axe.
Battle axes. Battle axes.
Oh, they are.
You were this close, Tay.
Nope. He holds up his hand axes in preparation.
Who the hell are you?
Me being paranoid also holds up my weapons.
She holds up her daggers in preparation to attack.
Just get him out now. Get him out now.
The two,
I'm not trying to fight you. I want to let you know that I will hold my own.
I don't know who the fuck you are, so let's go.
Ursus is a little ticked today.
Okay.
I just fought a tree. What do you want me to do?
Can't find his best friend. He's lost in the woods.
And I just fought a tree. A tree.
That's not my
Come on, guy.
I'm just trying to talk to you, but I want to let you know that I will fight you if I have to.
Anyway.
So, while you two are in a standoff with each other, you fail
I got the D6 ready.
you fail to notice the 3 surrounding ints that have circled about you two. And
You agree? I'm about to say
yes, you two and the dead int before you.
I got it ready, Tay.
Both chopped and charred.
I've got it ready, Tay.
What are you guys going to do here? You can choose to fight each other.
If I haven't noticed them, I'm squaring the fuck up.
Well, you
Where?
notice them now.
Probably knows though.
Say,
Okay.
because they're all around us, right? So I would
Yes,
see
3
them.
of them. They
Yeah.
triangle formation around.
Probably
you.
not me.
So I would see one of them.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Okay, anyway. I am a confused
All right.
lizard. Anyway.
I'm going to set this one int that's behind him
Mhm.
ablaze. It's going to look like I'm about to hit him, though. But I'm not trying to hit him.
All right. So, what are you using for this? Produce flame.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
It's been a while since I've read this, even though I just fucking made it. So
Oh, Jesus.
she's using Produce Flame. It is her cantrip. Cantrips are magic spells that don't necessarily require magic to be used. She is using Wisdom. So you use Produce Flame. Now,
Oh, it's like her,
yeah,
shtick.
mind you, Produce Flame doesn't necessarily allow you to, what am I saying here? Throw the flame? You just produce it.
Now, what about fairy fire?
Fairy fire. Okay, you can use that for.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like you'll be very brave.
It is.
That's why I picked it.
I need you to roll a d20 for attack. Roll again.
19.
19. Then you can add the modifier for your spell attack bonus. It's on your 3rd page.
Seven. 26.
Well, shit.
So, using Fairy Fire, a technique usually made for casting light. She's basically using it at this point to severely distract these ints or scare them, as they do not like fire. What did you get from that?
26.
Okay. They are horribly intimidated by this. They look at it the same that they would look at actual fire, and they back away. Well, the one that's next to Urza's backs away, thus probably saving Urza's from a sneak attack.
You're welcome.
Nigga.
Urza's, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so now I see the fucking ints. So, there was the one next to me, and then how close are the other two?
They're closer to her. They're like triangle formation. One was directly behind you, and 2 are kind of like off to the side behind her.
Okay. So let's get to tossing some bitches, okay?
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw my battle axes.
Roll d20
I
for
probably
attack.
didn't correct you.
Exactly.
Damn. Oof.
Yeah.
Roll 2d. What is it? D4.
For my axes,
Yeah.
D6.
2d6. Yeah. Roll 2d6.
Yes. 5.
6.
You toss both of your axes directly at the 2 ints because I've given them low combat. Luckily, it doesn't hit right in the middle, but one's branch is chopped off by the axe, and the other it is hit on the side of the int, does 6 damage. So one has 5 damage, one has 6 damage. because you've thrown those hand axes, Azure is now made aware of the ints behind her. But the int behind you, on the other hand, is still coming to terms with the fact that fairy fire is not actual fire and has decided to attack. Nat 20. Taking his branch, he smacks Urzus across the back of the head. Urzus.
Oh shit. Let's do it.
You take 4 damage. Now, because of the rest night, you're fully healed. So you take 4 damage from what your current health is.
7.
Wait, I thought you leveled up though.
7.
Yep.
Oh.
So, what are you going to do, Azure?
Oh.
Oh my god.
No, I zoned out. I'm sorry. I'm gonna snare one of them.
All right, using snare. This is her first actual magic spell. It's not cantrip, so you have a limited amount of use to snare. Your slots, I think I put you at level 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 slots, so you have 3 spells to use.
Yeah, I have.
I need you to roll a d20.
Okay. Wait, I never said which one I was gonna snare. I'm gonna snare the one that just hit him across the head.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna snare the ant that just hit him across the head.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think that's a 6. I'm pretty sure it's a 6. No, they're right next to each other. I'm pretty sure it's a 6.
A snare's been placed on the ground. I wasn't. I'm actually going to disregard the roll because it's a snare, but not because you can't trap him in the snare the moment you use it. He has to walk into it. It's a trap. So I'm going to allow the snare to be placed. The int between him it's placed between Urzus and the int, and we're just gonna have to hope the int walks into it.
And don't walk into it.
Once you place it, due to magic, it becomes invisible. So nearly invisible. So, Urzus, what are you gonna do here?
So, ouch. First of motherfucking all. So.
I'll look at my guy. Jesus.
This is why I chose someone who makes fast decisions.
Mind, you've used not a single thing of actual fire.
Anyway.
Tried.
Would I be able to attempt to retrieve my axes and then use them in the same?
Yeah, you can make a run for it.
Or would I be able to use that in the same, like do that and use them in the same turn?
For me, movement is a free action. But if you're going to do something like that, you will still have to roll for it.
Yeah.
So roll a d20.
15.
All right. I'm going to have you roll the 2d6. You're doing that.
5.
All right. And let's see what I rolled here. You quick sprint towards both of your axes?
Like one than the other since they're not in the same place.
Which one are you attacking?
Whichever one I did the most damage to.
Okay. You sprint to grab both axes, jotting towards one ant after passing the other. Both axes in hand, you do damage. And what was the 2 you rolled for it?
5 and 5.
So, you've killed that int immediately.
Yay.
Leaving these 2 ints. The one that lost a branch has recovered and begins to attack Azure. Wow, that's lucky. He attacks, but he attacks her armor, not doing much damage to a fire genie because, you know, the amount of heat pressure between the two.
Right.
The int in which Urzus left also attacks Azure. Oh, wow, that's unlucky. The fire pressure actually causes him to ignite. He takes 5 damage. Wait, let me make sure of that. Yep, 5 damage. That int is currently burning.
Good.
The other int, witnessing this, scurries away.
Shit.
And so, the battle, more or less, is pretty much over with the burning int just kind of burning beyond you two. Until his sweet, charred death. Any interaction between you two?
Sup?
Still kind of cautious. Just a little bit. You know, it went away a little bit. So you're not trying to kill me.
And you're not trying to kill me.
I just got attacked by a tree. I'm ready.
But I was there. What?
Anyway,
I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
Who are you?
Azure.
I am Urzus. Hi.
Hello.
This is so boring.
I have to admit, I'm highly entertained by this conversation.
I'm the awkward one here, so.
And she's paranoid. There's
Yeah.
2 people just...
Oh, damn. Well, why are you out here?
Why are you out here?
Oh, okay.
I'm looking for my team because they decided to leave. And
Tragic.
I'm just kind of here.
I'm homeless.
Oh my god, such a compelling backstory.
Suddenly, the 2 of you notice the charred remains of the burning int seems to have a glowing piece of paper in it.
Wanna go look at it? You first, though. I don't want to touch it. Please. Thanks, man.
Cut away. Transition. I'm happy with this dynamic. cut away to Lilith Pump and Taserface, who are now at...
You gotta change the music.
I know. Give me a second. Lilith Pump and Taserface, who are now at the front lines of the war, meeting with the commander in charge.
Why did I agree to this? My head hurts so much still. I need to drink.
I'm glad you can make it. The chiefs told me that you'd be a great help.
I can try my best, no promises.
Taserface, it's good to see you again.
Likewise, my lord.
I take it your pilgrimage went as you planned.
More or less.
Classic Taserface. Anyways, Taserface, you already know the details.
Right. I shall get on it. Changeling, be useful.
So here's the problem here. We don't have a clue of what the Iliad's planning. But...
No, whoa. Rude? This would be, greatly appreciated.
I do not have to lower myself to a changeling.
Oh, I want to fire!
You were summoned for a mission. Now do what you're told.
The pay. Think about the pay. The nice, shiny, full the pay. And then you can go back to drinking and maybe go to the brothel tonight. Don't murder anyone just yet. Oh. Okay. So what's going on here?
So, we just got intel. The Iliad soldiers are over the hill over there. We haven't attacked as we feel that they have some sort of countermeasure placed. But, if you two could infiltrate, perhaps you can know what they're planning.
You're in luck, because that's my middle name. It's not, but it is.
Sir! One of the random soldiers yells. The Iliad! They're attacking again! From over the hill, you see a mass of Iliad soldiers approach, marching towards the city.
I ready my bow.
Okay. Taserface.
I produce battle axes and hand axes from my arm.
Wait, huh? Let me read Taserface. Yeah, he has... Okay,
You
wait.
have a bow?
He has a great club, a light crossbow, and a dagger.
The music. Look at your
Wait,
man.
which one is this one?
Let me see.
Bottom left, arm.
Okay, so you don't have battle axes, you're proficient in them.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of shows up with whatever. He's like, fuck it.
No,
But you can steal battle axes off of soldiers and stuff.
This is what
Oh,
you have on you.
Yeah.
Well, I ready my light crossbow, and yeah.
Can you tell me where the weak parts are? I mean, the weak spots are. They have it. Do you know anything about them?
Their armor's pretty basic soldier armor. Piercing weapons can do some major damage. But for their generals back there, those guys are wearing some heavy metal. I have to guess, orichalcum. Hard to pierce through. But if you had something that can bludgeon them to death, I'm sure that'll work just as well. Right now, everyone, prepare yourselves. We will defend this place from the Iliad. The soldiers are motivated by that very brief speech. Yeah! The Iliad approach. What do you two choose to do?
I just fire off arrow.
You fire off an arrow. Roll a d20.
Yes.
Is it 20-sided?
Yes, it is. Love it.
Roll a... What is your crossbow's damage?
My crossbow's damage?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It says it.
Oh. It says roll a d6.
Yeah, roll a d6.
Wait, I got it. Yeah. It's a what?
You fire off an arrow. You're a bit hungover, so you only manage to nick a soldier's shoulder. One damage is done to him. He falls back in pain, but nowhere near death.
I'm sober up.
Taserface, what do you do?
How close are they to us?
They are approaching at a fast rate.
I choose to.
He's looking at spells.
I choose to use Ray of Sickness spell.
You're using Ray of Sickness? Classic Taserface. Taserface, roll a d20.
9.
And do you have an advantage for that? Let me check real quick. Hold on.
Well, that's
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
yeah.
He has charisma.
Oh,
I'm checking something here, sorry.
6.
Go ahead. You have advantage for this. Roll again.
15.
All right. Taserface gallantly walks ahead of the army and uses his magic to blast off the Ray of Sickness. but it's only about, they got to get pretty close to it. So a few soldiers who are running towards him suddenly fall ill. I need you to roll 2d8.
This is 60.
Yeah, it did. They just ran into it. They were just like, what is that?
0.
Wait, huh? You rolled a d8?
You pointed to this one.
That's a d10. Double digits, I'm guessing, since it's a 0.
No, they're all 1 digit.
Here.
Yeah, try again.
That's what he had.
Yeah, okay, what the heck?
Oh,
It has 0 on it, though.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? The d8 should not have a 0. That's the d10.
It's you got another one.
It's this one.
Yeah.
Here.
You guys.
You don't point no more. Bad player, right?
Whatever.
6.
And roll again.
And a 1.
You take out 2 Iliad soldiers who kind of fall ill into the ground, completely poisoned. One dies. The other,
chlamydia.
hold on. One dies. The other also dies because he attempts to stand up and regurgitates whatever he ate earlier that day because I rolled a fucking nat 1.
So
The war will be ours.
But there are still a bunch of Iliad soldiers approaching you at a really fast rate. Prepare to defend. 16, let's go. Okay.
good luck.
Clench your butts. This is gonna be great.
Okay.
One Iliad soldier does 4 damage to Taserface with his weapon. It doesn't cut in Taserface. It's just a large bludgeoning with a club. No, and they surround your army. The army is engaged in battle. One attacks Lilithpum.
What happened to me? What is happening?
Well, a warrior using his hand axe,
There, really close.
just the one hand axe that he has. No,
It's a battle.
it's a hand axe.
Sure.
He
You
uses-
can have a hand axe. I have battle axes.
No. He attacks Lilithpum.
No, can I look at the fan?
Do you have anything that would be able to defend mid-turn?
I have a short sword. Can I just...
Nope. So you take 3 damage. You're down to 5 now. Taserface is down to what is 23? How much
It's a
damage did
new
you take?
day, huh?
You took 5, right?
Nice. I'm back to 15.
Oh yeah, you're at level 2. My bad. I forgot to change that. So you're down to
10.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm down to 12. What is he down to? What are you down to?
First page, or what was the first page? I guess
He doesn't have...
he took. What did he take? 5 damage? Jesus Christ! I forget already.
4.
He took 4.
Yeah, you said 4.
Yeah, 4. So you're at the 23. Okay, let me just type this down.
So, yeah. So,
It's so tiny.
Make your next move.
I choose.
This music is perfect.
Lilithpum first.
Beaver,
Yeah.
I choose to...
You want to use your sword?
Take out my sword short.
Your sword short. Got it.
Shorts.
Look,
What do you do?
and you said I just got hit.
Yeah.
I choose to stab the person I hit.
Okay, roll a d20.
Oh, you got it out. 19.
Roll a d6.
5.
You stab that bastard, killing him immediately.
I still got it.
All around you, you see warriors and soldiers fighting off the Iliad. And then Taserface stands in the middle of the battlefield.
Oh my god.
Taserface.
Okay, let's see here. That seems to have
It's a war.
I know, Jesus.
So it seems I have to use. Yeah,
Just keep getting worse.
I want to use Shatter.
You know you're using a spell again?
Yeah.
Shatter. Now, I think you have how many spell slots? 3? So, Shatter, in case anyone doesn't know, it's a sudden, loud ringing noise, painfully intense, interrupts from a point of your choice. Each creature and person is going to hear it in the area, and it will take thunder damage on this one. So, everyone in your immediate area will be affected by this, just so you know.
I don't feel like that's something you want to do.
Okay, I thought it was just for creatures. Okay.
Lilith over here like,
I mean, the Iliad are
I'm
human.
still hungover.
I am so hungover. I will call quits.
Okay. Let's use the Eldritch Blast.
All right. You are undying warlock. So you use the Eldritch Blast. It's a beam of crackling energy. You can use it to attack one target. And on the hit, they take 1d10 force damage. So, roll a d20 for attack. This is a cantrip, so it can be used in multiple, it's not a magic. It's a sort of magic.
It's a 5.
Did you roll a d20?
Yeah.
Or d10?
I was both there.
Okay, yeah, roll. You already rolled the d20. It's a 5 for the d20. Okay. All right, roll the d10. My bad. You rolled the d20. I'm fucking. You need to check your charisma. What's your charisma?
Charisma is +2.
So that's 7. And then
Is the circle at the bottom?
You're-
Or is it the box?
huh? It's the box. For you, it's the box. It's usually a circle at the bottom, but these are pre-rendered. I can't do anything about that. So you have 7, and that'll succeed. Go ahead and roll a d10.
That one's a 12. I see a 12 on it.
Is it?
This is the 10. Because we got a 5. Okay. Trying to mess up me. Another 5.
Go ahead and attack with the Eldritch. With the Eldritch Blast, he elders one of the Iliad soldiers into death.
Wow.
They seem to age horrifically and then turn into bone and then turn into dust.
That sounds dope.
Ooh.
The rest of the army seems to have dispatched with the incoming Iliad soldiers that have shown up. They are making a hearty cheer. Yeah, all right, we did it, all right, yeah. The commander shows up again. You see what I mean? They just keep attacking us with small forces. They must be planning something. Taserface. Of all the people I've known on this battlefield, you and I have fought side by side many times. I know you'll find out what they're up to.
Don't glory me, Lord. This will not be our last battle together. I assure you.
Classic Taserface. And you fought with us. This day, you are brethren. Whatever you have planned, make haste. We don't know how long we can last against this Iliad assault.
I need whoever is very, very informed on your enemies to update my I'm so hungover. I need every information you have on your enemies. Boom. Got it.
Every information.
Do you mean all?
Oh, yes. Jones, he has that information. Jones is dead.
Jones is dead. Okay, that's great. We're off to a great start. Who else is here that can kind of tell us?
Sir, I was Jones's understudy. I cared for him.
Sorry for your loss.
But I remember everything that we picked up. The Iliad has a much larger army than us on the other side of the hill.
Oh, that's great.
Yet they've been attacking us with very small group of soldiers.
Are they distracting us? Are they planning to take us from behind?
We can't tell.
No one went to check behind us?
There's nothing behind us except the city. The only way they would be able to cross into the city is by going through the forest, which many people get lost through, or heading over the ocean, which, well, it's an ocean. I mean, they're just straight ahead.
Maybe that's what they want you to think.
Well, regardless of what they want us to think, we won't be able to know for sure.
Be here, would they?
No, of course not. We're not idiots. We have everyone watching over at the guard towers.
Dope. Okay.
We need you to find out exactly what they're up to. With someone with your skills, it'd probably be easy to infiltrate.
Have someone bring me one of the bodies. If you can get a body without dying, that would be great.
Jones's understudy drags the body, tears in his eyes.
Not our companions.
Huh?
The enemy body.
Did you ask me to do something? No, he was just dragging the body. So, the commander, one hand lifts the body over to you. Here you go.
I might be able to. Can I change into?
Roll.
Peacefully? 18.
Plus charisma.
5.
You transform into the Iliad soldier that lay dead before your feet. A perfect copy, even with the armor, which you take off of him and put on.
I'm about to do I took. Okay.
You may have noticed those guys yelling. They speak undercommon. It's like common, but ugly, disgusting, just like the Iliad.
I hear the treacherous words behind me. Those bastards think they're gonna win, but we won't let them.
Why is he so angry?
We wish you luck over there. Taserface, I doubt you need any luck. Godspeed. Transition. Back in the forest.
Totally just fucking.
We find our new best friend here. Looking at a glowing piece of paper here with an inscription on it, written in Draconic.
Can I read that? I can't read that.
Do you read it? He's just like, it's finally something.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking read it.
And it says such. Those who dare meet with the end dragon. Devil of darkness. No, the end dragon.
The Ender Dragon.
The end dragon.
Ender Dragon.
Devil of darkness, you will require our special gear. Follow this journey, and you will be led to the tomb of fallen men. The back is a map. The map leads through the forest. Let me just pull up the forest map because you guys actually aren't allowed to see. I just wanted to humble brag about that.
Can you like send it to me since I can see it?
No, I'm kidding.
Like I'm literally looking at it.
So I'm sending the forest map to the two people who are going to the forest. Who are in the forest and going through it. Please allow for the time here. In the meantime, do you guys have anything you want to say? Did you want to tell her this is a map through the forest?
Okay, so apparently there's some end dragon thing, and it requires a special weapon in order for us to like find them or something.
Do we have to fight it? I don't.
I'm A-okay with fighting it. Anyway, on the back, it looks like there's a map to this place. I'm gonna go look for it.
I don't want to be left alone.
Either you come with me or I'm gonna just leave you.
I guess I have no choice. Okay.
I was already about to kill you a couple minutes ago.
Real quick.
Noted.
Did I give you guys the +1 for inspiration?
No.
Okay. +1 for inspiration because you guys' conversation is pretty fitting here. Taserface. +2 for inspiration. The reason being that Taserface is just great. I don't know. It's just like to be fair, I probably set up a lot of that.
I'm still mad.
I just sent the map to everybody because, quite frankly, they don't have anything to do with it. They're free to look at it as well. Lilith Pum. +1 inspiration.
Woo.
Give it a second.
Okay.
So,
That change they don't deserve it.
you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, you're currently in Sector 3.
Okay.
And the map points to the treasure being in, the tomb being in Sector 2. So, where do you guys traverse? Do you want to take the straight route to Sector 1 or the out of the way route to Sector 5? Now, the reason I ask is because even though it's straightforward and 2 is where the tomb is, you don't know if there are traps or anything waiting in any area.
Is my snare still down?
Yes. No one was caught in it,
No, and I feel like I might be.
and it's a waste of a snare. It's magic. You can't.
The straight way and you step in it.
All right. So, we can't. Are we really about to go to this tomb? Don't look at me like that.
You ain't got nothing else to fucking do.
Yeah, turn on the purple light.
I don't know if it's a good idea to go straight to the tomb, because we need a weapon or something.
I have 4, 5.
Wait, it's a special weapon though. I think we should get that one first.
The tomb has
The tomb has that?
special weapons.
I thought the tomb was where the dragon was at.
No, the tomb is where the weapons are to battle the legendary end dragon, the devil of darkness.
Oh, then fuck it, let's go. I made my mind.
All right, let's go.
Made my mind.
The two travel. Which sector do you end up in here? Which sector are you traveling towards? I
One.
should say. You're
1.
okay. Roll d20, both of you.
Wait, are they looking at the...
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're going off. Oh.
I got a 10. Why are you taking so long?
What is that?
Is that a 6 or a 9?
What is that? Oh, it's a 6.
What is your modifier for
Wait.
wisdom?
Wisdom?
Yes.
Okay. I have a +5. Wisdom. What you got? Can you count?
-4.
Ursus marches on without any hesitation. But Azure.
You gonna keep pushing this.
I'm gonna keep changing it because, quite frankly, I don't have any consistency. Azure hears in the distance.
You just left.
Is that a whale?
Story.
Sound gets a bit louder, meaning it's getting closer.
What happened to a whale to an old whale? It's a strange animal.
I know you heard that. Please tell me you heard that. Please tell me you heard that.
Short sword and rapier.
So are you getting ready?
Short sword and rapier.
Ursus, without any hesitation, pulls out his short sword and rapier. Out from the bushes and forest jumps 4 dire wolves.
Fuck.
Damn.
The wolf bitch.
dire and hungry.
Now, so
I'll take out my quarterstaff.
What do you guys do? They're circling you like a pack would.
all right. So first off,
Alexa, play some of that forest music.
before I do anything, I would like to use my second wind ability.
Second wind has been
What is
activated. He said it. Hey,
I'm at 3 health.
Good point.
yeah. So
Oh, I meant to ask you about that. Whoops.
My guy.
Well, teamwork makes the dream work.
Ursus uses second wind. For those at home who have forgotten about second wind,
Wait. Let's talk about
that's it.
Are you gonna heal me right now?
that. I can.
Well, then let's fucking do it.
Okay.
Jesus.
Can I heal him first instead of using second wind?
You can go ahead and heal him.
It's the
What are you using to heal him? Healing spray?
Mm-hmm.
Utilize. Roll a d20.
I swear to God.
17.
All right,
Fuck with
give me one quick second here.
I'm happy sauce.
I just have to see what the dire wolves are just going to do while you're applying healing spray.
I'm a happy sauce.
Because wait, the second one is the one you go to sleep, right?
I have to go to sleep in order to use it again.
Roll a, let's see.
So I'll
Yeah.
be fine, but
To heal, you guys have to have some form of rest.
Yeah.
Roll 1d4.
Both of us?
Happy sauce.
Or just her?
And it depends how many slots you have. You already used one. You have 2 slots left. You can roll 1d4 for each slot, or you could just roll 1d4 for the one slot.
I'll just roll a 1d4 then,
Okay.
just because I'm just doing it.
No, go ahead.
3.
All right. Ursus regains 3 health. What are you going to do, Ursus?
That puts me back at 7. Cool.
I thought you were at 3.
Yeah, you were at
3 plus 3 equals
6.
6.
I looked at the. I just saw the 7. So. It's gonna be in a defensive stance right now.
You take a defensive stance. The dire wolves are merciless and attack immediately.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They first attack Ursus, trying to claw at his very tough and brittle flesh. With the first dire wolf attacks,
Tough and brittle.
cracking his teeth on Ursus' skin.
Ow.
25 armor class, bitch.
Oh, I can't even-
What? Yes.
I'm a savage.
The second one attacks.
Arr.
Dang, he broke his teeth. That's rough.
The same result. He clips onto Ursus' arm, rendering it a bit heavier than usual.
A bit heavier than usual.
The third attacks Azure.
He thought about that one.
He's an inconsistent god and an uncaring god.
Next time I want to hear Azure.
I just giving him ideas to butcher
Thanks.
your name.
It attacks.
This is not the music for this.
It's sports music.
4 damage.
How many?
4.
God damn. Alright.
The last one attacks Ursus because they don't learn. So Ursus is now being weighed down in one arm by 2 wolves who have lodged their teeth into his scaly skin, but not any further. Ursus, what are you going to do here?
I am going to slam them into a tree.
Roll the d20.
11.
Roll a d. Since you're going to be using their own body against them, and I will use the d6 to attack. Roll a d6.
Licenses.
Nope.
5.
Both take 5 damage as they are being flung to a tree. After they both shake off of his arm, they dip back into the forest, unseen. What are you going to do, Azure?
Oh, fuck. I'm just looking at
That's
this.
zero.
I'm like half dead, technically.
Technically.
And I can only use one more spell, right?
Yeah, but you also have special abilities.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see them on here.
Piece of paper not printing properly. You have, of course, Wild Shape, the ability to transform into, assume the shape of any beast that you've seen before.
Yeah.
You can use it twice, and after that point, you would have to get some rest.
It's not all on there.
And since you are a Circle of the Moon, you can transform into more dangerous beasts as well. Stop, Mike.
I want to turn into an animal.
What are you going to turn into? Remember, an animal that you've seen. However, I don't have your backstory, so feel free to...
I'm going to turn into wolves. They seemed like they were, like, strong.
You turn into a direwolf yourself. You assume the health and damage stats of a direwolf.
Oh, shit.
You don't assume you assume their dexterity, but you don't assume any of their other stats. Right.
Anything is better than what I have
The
right now.
luck. So, you have, that is going to be a free action, so you can choose to take up another action.
I don't know my stats.
Oh, okay, let me see. No, jeez. She doesn't know the stats of the direwolf in general. Alright. Write this down somewhere. 17 strength, 15 dexterity. Well, you don't care about the strength. Yes, you do. Crap. 17 strength, 15 dexterity, and then everything else is your old stats.
Okay. And
So
then what
this
about
is
my
temporary. So you just put 17 for strength, 15 for dexterity.
Okay.
They have keen hearing and smelling. Pack tactics, which don't apply to you because they're 100% sure you're not a part of the pack. Bite.
Okay.
That's it.
I had that.
What's my health, sir?
But it was very effective.
The same.
I'm still at 4.
I'm kidding. You have 10 health points. Now, if they manage to beat you down to the amount that you have, down to 0, then you assume your old health points back. And then you turn back into yourself.
All right. I'll take it.
All right, so what are you going to do?
Because I can smell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I smell, like, anything else that's coming around us?
Yeah.
Cool. Do I roll for that?
Mm-hmm. D20.
I got a 2. I ain't smelled nothing, did I?
No, you are too busy being attacked by other direwolves. The fear.
I thought they ran away.
No, only 2 did. You can still smell the fear on the others too.
I thought they all ran away. Oh.
Nope, just 2.
Well,
So, the direwolves notice a flaming direwolf standing there, and they're a bit intimidated by the flaming appearance. So they decide to focus their attention on Urzus.
Yes.
That's great.
One pierces your arm again. Another one tries to. His teeth break once more. Shatter a little bit. Out of the shadows jumps another in an attempt to stab you in the back. However, direwolves are stupid. So, and he actually jumps into the other direwolf that's on your arm. Self-damage inflicted. 5. Fucking.
He just killed himself.
That direwolf knocks himself unconscious.
so basically, yeah, they just killed themselves.
The other one's still holding on to you. And then there's another one that jumps back out of the forest.
Right.
So now
And-
there's 3 around us?
Well, one's unconscious. So yes, the third one's jumped on him. Once again, they're trying to weigh down Urzus by biting into his arm repeatedly. This actually does damage at this point. 4.
Nigga, what?
Urzus, what did you do?
Fucking Christ. Second wind.
Roll a d4. Wait, let me make sure. Is that it, d4?
I thought they were all gone.
It was a d10? Okay. I had to look at the sheet.
I was just like,
Yep.
I was looking at
Go
like,
ahead, roll a d10.
And it was still there.
I was like, oh. I want to scout.
I want to go find the cake.
Yeah, D10 plus my fighter level.
That's just 2.
3 plus 5.
So-
2 is 5.
So you are back up to your full health,
Yay.
which I remember is it 7? Yeah. So you're back to 7. What are you gonna do? Second wind is a free action. So what are you gonna do?
Okay, so one is on my arm, and another one is.
Just staring at him? You said it was human.
2 are on the arm.
Oh.
But the last one that bit into your arm is the one that did damage.
Okay, so. I want
To stab one of them.
Stab.
With
My short sword.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed, I guess. Whichever.
They bit into your left hand.
Okay, so right-handed.
You attempt to take the short sword and stab into him. Roll a d20.
I got a
I
question.
don't know why I keep putting.
Can he stab with his tail?
No, it's not. It's not sharp. It's not a sharp tail.
I mean, what's a big tail?
Yeah.
I mean, you're basically a dinosaur.
Rawr.
16.
16.
Roll a d6.
3.
One wolf you attack is killed, falls off of your hand. The other one is firmly planted on the ground and attempting to gain leverage and pull you down to the ground with him.
But
He succeeds to drag you around to the ground at long last. Urzus has finally fallen to the ground.
now what?
Azure, what are you going to do here?
I'm gonna attack this wolf. But I
Alright.
didn't know that was there.
What are you going to attack with? There are 2 wolves remaining, by the way.
I thought you said one was
One is
on.
unconscious.
One is unconscious, one is dead, and there was one that's kind of like circling while the one is pulled Urzus down. At this point, they're
One is
just teaming
circling,
up
so
on
there's
Urzus.
4?
Yeah, there were 4 total.
I thought 2 went away. And 1 came back.
Both came back. 2 came back.
No one understands.
Oh my goodness. One unconscious. One dragging me.
Mm-hmm.
One circling.
Alright.
One dead.
And one dead.
The one that doesn't matter. So I'm gonna attack the one that's dragging him down.
All right, roll a d20. Wait. How are you going to attack?
I'm biting him. Because I have a bite.
Right. Okay, roll a d20
Oh, yeah, you
for
are
attack.
a wolf right now.
Yeah.
I'm about to feel like, what the fuck?
I'm like, do a flaming bite. 16.
All right, roll a bite is d8, I believe. Switching through my
D6.
screen. Yeah, roll 2. All right, so your bite, I want you to roll 2d6.
I got a 6 for the first one. I got a 3 for the second one.
Plus 3. That's going to be 12. Add strength modifier. No, wait, I did add strength. My bad. Plus 3. Never mind. So, you take down the wolf that's trying to take down Urzus. You bite into him. Not only does he feel the pain of the bite, but also the pain of the flames. And passes out before he dies.
Okay.
1 wolf remains. And that wolf runs away. His pack murdered.
Ah, you bitch.
-1 inspiration.
I wasn't even. I wasn't even. I was just saying in general.
Oh, okay. Taken back.
Yeah.
Only because hers is just suddenly like, fucking bitch.
I don't even think Drax.
Like hers is about the thrill of the battle, so
Right.
he's just like, bitch.
That's gonna be like the one, like his moment. Like later on, he's gonna be like as he's learning, he's just bitch. Everyone's gonna be like, Urzus, what the?
They will say,
You guys are in the clear. Do you want to reassume human shape, or you gonna stick to
a fire dog.
I'm gonna
Firewolf?
stick to a hellhound for a little bit.
The
You're gonna stick to being
Firewolf.
a
You can
hot
still
dog.
talk, by the way.
She's gonna stick to being a hot dog.
All right. Any conversation that needs to be had?
Do we want to kill the unconscious
I'm
one?
gonna stare at the dog in confusion.
I'm going to ask you if you want to kill the unconscious dog.
I'm gonna stare at you because I'm confused.
Oh, right. Ursus does not get magic. So you just turned into a flaming dog and you're talking to him and he is completely
I'm going to
lost.
ask for a third time. If he wants me to kill this unconscious one. I'm going to kill the unconscious dog.
Now I'm just getting it.
You decide to, for reasons.
Because if it wakes up, I don't feel like dealing with it.
-1 to inspiration. Azure.
No, my person doesn't makes quick decisions.
Yeah, but your person's also a druid. One with nature.
Right. I don't kill him.
It's too late now.
Just fuck it up.
It's fine.
I forgot I'm vegan. I'm sorry.
I would say you can't go negative inspiration, so you're fine.
I'm at 0.
Yeah. So, Ursus, it's going to take a while to explain to Ursus. So let's transition back to the Ilia front.
Rub some blood on my face. I don't want to go over there looking fresh. He might think something's up.
And what are you going to do, Taserface? Right now, you guys are trying to infiltrate the Ilia base. It's going to be hard to explain Taserface in particular, since he's a renowned war hero.
I think he should try to stay as far away as he can, but in healthy distance.
Let's see, if I'm close to the base, I can bestow a minor illusion.
Minor illusion, And now remember, you guys, you have the power of childish imagination. You can put your minds together. You can use your magic to do almost anything.
I want to use a minor illusion to help us infiltrate deeper into the compound.
Well, that's what I'm going in for.
You need my help. You don't have the expertise.
That's okay. Okay. Sure. You know what? Why not? Let's do it your way. If I have a hangover, I don't feel like arguing with you.
So, how are you going to use minor illusion?
Let's see.
It can be used as a sound or an image of an object. It's a very short-term illusion, 1 minute.
Genjutsu.
I want to use
1 minute?
short-term image illusions to make them think the opposite side of their base is under attack or fire.
Which one?
Let's say fire. That way they
All right.
try to put it out.
So you got to be 30 feet within the base.
Damn, it's a big base, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and walk over there, or run over there. So it looks like I'm trying to retreat.
Make it convincing, Lilith.
Huh?
Make it convincing, Lilith.
Make it convincing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll have to separate then. I'll use my minor illusion.
Wait. Before you say anything, Lilith has never heard an Ilia soldier speak, mind you.
I'm not. I heard them yell.
So she's just running over to them. And they're just like, "Oi! Is that a bad weather? Is that she, boy? This it? Hey, she got is that, yo?
What? Hey! I don't do that.
Hey, you ass! Up in the gate, it's slingered ass. They open the gate for you. What were you doing, Taserface?
What?
Like, how the fuck did that work?
I'm tired.
Hey, Shane, you seem to have better years in your head and throat. Volume, let's all covered in blood. What are you doing?
It just could not work. Just. I don't know.
Hey, what's that weird language you talking, eh?
What is this weird Caribbean shit?
It's undercommon.
Irish.
It's not Caribbean.
I thought it was Irish or Scottish.
I don't know how to do it.
You better learn before they get suspicious. Wait, hold on. Taserface. What action were you taking?
Oh, God. I'm still near this
You're close enough to use minor illusion, but you're not. The range of 30 feet. You only can use it on like that small section of the camp.
Why are we using it though?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just letting them know.
But why are we? I'm in now.
You're about to be found out.
More.
I got this.
You're about to be found out, you lads.
First and foremost, if they hear you, of course. Can I roll to pick up their language? I think that's the thing I actually.
Your skill is that you learn it slowly over this time of interacting with them. It's just common. It's just common spoken with a Cockney accent at this
I
point.
can't do Cockney accents. That's the
You
problem.
better learn. No. Better pick up on it.
I'm trying. I'm really bad.
You don't have to actually speak in it. They'll just hear in it.
I can't even hear in it.
How many is confronting her right now?
It's just like a small group of people coming up to her in confusion and thinking that it's
Numbers, man.
their fallen soldier.
Wait, am I a guy or a girl?
It's a guy.
Oh, man.
It was a guy.
I ran over there in battle, and I just don't know what happened.
Yo, the matter. You need to pay. You don't want to come back. No, I said I think that the bit suspicious. What say you, eh? What go on out there?
Out there, I came to get backup. All of our men are dead.
Oh, you just happen to survive.
By the grit of my teeth, I tell you, they're dead. We need more out there.
Roll for persuasion.
20, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a 7.
Don't worry, you have advantage on persuasion. Roll again.
16.
What? You're going to forget the plan, eh, Singers? We don't see back up. It's all supposed to happen.
I guess I hit my head. I don't remember the plan. What's the plan?
Oh, Singers hats his hat. He says, "Oi, lads, you know, let's talk about the plan later. Let's get you some alcohol." Hey. Hey, so you come back, you in this house, escape death by a little bit. Or you take a drink and get it off your mind.
I guess I have just one.
Oh no. Taserface is observing from outside of the camp. As darkness begins to fall, the night is coming up.
Screw it. I get a dagger ready, and I attempt to infiltrate my own way.
Oh my god.
Roll it.
Why couldn't you just sit still?
Because he's Taserface. What the fuck?
Because he's metaphorical.
Roll a d20.
Oh my goodness.
Taserface takes a dagger and puts it in his mouth as he attempts to climb the base wall made of wood. It is still a little light outside. Somebody notices, sees him climbing the wall. Oi! Alison! Why the soul? Julia! A bunch of guards come over to that wall, waiting on him to arrive on the other side.
You can just sit still.
It's easy. I got something for this.
You just could wait, could you?
Okay, let's see here. Of course, I guess I'm taking by surprise. I want to use mirror image.
Let me just ask, what are you using mirror image from? For here.
Use it because even though they see me, if they see 3 of me, I'm gonna see if I use those mirror images to lead them off of the real me, so that I can go the other way.
All right, roll a d20.
Okay, Naruto.
Gotta make it quick. 7.
I need to roll a 6 or higher. You were making how many duplicates?
I'm gonna make 3.
Okay, so you rolled a 6. That's good. I mean, you rolled a 7. That's good enough. So they await you. It was about 5. No, it's about 4 guards. They await you on the other side, and instead, 4 men jump down and run off in different directions. Oh yeah, so you guys, you know what? You so ready? See how? Get out there, man! Don't let him off.
I don't understand the word he just said.
So
Oddly enough, I did.
they break away, separate. Surprisingly, none of the wait. Let me make sure of that. Surprisingly, none of them followed the real Taserface.
Of course they do.
Well, just as planned.
Fucking, that roll was lucky as fuck.
Because they could have been like, fuck, kill him.
All right, you've used what, 2 spells so far? You used 3 spells.
I used 3 spells.
You are. Oh, it's okay. It affected nothing. You are out of spells. Let's take a brief. Let's take a brief break here. We got to reset some things. And then we'll jump back into the action with Urzus and Azure. Welcome back to Christmas Checkers. Last we left off, the alien soldiers didn't know that Taserface was approaching. At this point, he's like a horror movie villain, just hovering over them at all times. But now we transition over to our new best friends, Urzus and Azure, meeting their way into Area 1, which turns out to be a cemetery of sorts.
No.
Here they find a bunch of unmarked graves.
Do you mean Area 2?
No, you guys moved to go to Area 1.
Oh, okay. Look, I never played this before. Leave me alone.
Neither have I.
You've had more sessions than
So I'm gonna give you guys some time here. You can react to the unmarked graves or whatever. I don't know.
It's just a bunch of unmarked graves.
If I change back into a human, do I have like 4 health again?
Yes.
Because you won't understand me.
I mean, I've seen you in your other form, so
No,
In
but-
short, I transitioned simply so that we could just cut away from the explaining to Urza's thing, because this has happened a couple of times now.
So he understands?
And so you have to explain it to him off screen. So yes, now he's
Okay.
somewhat understanding.
I won't attack you.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
won't
much.
try to kill you.
That's the best we've gotten here. He's like, okay, so I understand that I'm not supposed to attack you.
Well, yeah, this is such a
I don't like how this looks.
dishonorable.
Place to die?
Yeah.
I'm not liking any of this. Spooky.
Go, go, go,
What was that?
go, go, go.
I heard go, which means I should probably go away. And I agree.
Well, we're pretty close now. I'm not leaving.
Why? I said go to the tomb.
I don't want to listen to that.
You guys hear a voice, but you do not see anyone. Hi, you always see me?
No.
No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I guess I am dead then.
Yep. Booking it.
Are you actually running? No, don't be afraid. Okay, give us Ghost a bad name.
Ghost? What?
I don't like this.
Well,
Nope.
I'm not corporal. I've been here for a couple of decades, give or take.
So you're just realizing that you're dead now?
I never had anyone to look.
Okay. All right then.
You two seem the odd couple.
Oh God, no. No. Mm-mm.
A genie and a lizard. This reminds me of a great joke. Alas, I'm not really in a joking mood.
Good. Yeah, we're not. No. Mm-mm.
I wish I had more charisma.
Right, y'all both are just like, he's just like,
I just met him. I don't plan on ever engaging with that. No. You see how big and scary he is? No, thank you.
You are that.
Oh, seems like you two are headed to the tomb of the fallen.
Yeah.
That's where this map is leading, I believe.
We're fighting a dragon.
The many graves you see here mark the deaths of many men who have attempted to encroach the tomb of the fallen. Men who were obsessed with defeating the end dragon. I got inside, but that place was a bit hot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seems like it touches some sort of lava core.
Okay. I think I have to go in there by myself.
No, wait, what? I wasn't paying attention.
He's just looking like, that's a voice.
Alright, so lizard dude.
Or is this?
Lizard dude. Okay. So the tomb is really hot. Like lava hot. So I don't think you should go in there. Now, I don't want to go in there, but it won't hurt me. As you can see, I'm kind of already on fire. So, you see.
Fine.
Reminder, you're a dog right now.
Oh, but I'm a hellhound,
Yep,
remember?
just a friendly reminder, though.
So I'm still.
You are a flaming dog right now.
I'm still on fire.
Urzus, are you going to listen to this one?
Can I try and touch the fire first?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Will I take damage from this?
You will roll. That's what you will do. You will roll. I will have you roll a d20 if you attempt to pet the fire dog. The fire wolf.
Right there on the table.
No, like the whatever the fuck. To see
Y'all
if
aren't
I can
there yet.
actually.
We're not there yet.
I'll do that when I get there.
Okay. So, you guys are currently at 2. Where are you going to move to next?
I thought we were at
I mean,
1.
you're currently at 1. Are you moving to location 2 or location 5?
Wow.
We're at 1.
Now remember, I already told you guys where the tomb is. It's that box.
Oh, we're at 1, and then
We need to get
go
to 2.
You can look at the map if you want to.
My phone is over there.
I got it. So we need to go to 2, which is like right here.
Someone toss me that controller so I can play some forest music. It's all. Somebody turn the speakers.
What'd you do to me? I think we should go to section 2 and just get it over with. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Quick, we can get that weapon.
Okay. We're going to section 2.
Oh, so you guys are going on ahead?
Yep.
Well, I wasn't doing anything here. I guess I'll join you.
Do you have any special powers since you're a ghost?
One moment. Appears not.
So you can't So you're just gonna be like a liability.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say that.
Look at it this way. I've been inside the tomb. You guys need a guide.
I guess.
It's a match made in heaven.
You're already dead.
Yeah. Can't get hurt.
Okay.
What say you, lizard man?
Here I can't see. Don't get him away.
And you guys have a very ghosty person with you. Oi! By the name.
I don't trust him.
You guys can call me Skippy.
I don't trust Skippy.
Short for Skirius, compare, piercing the Earthus. Third of his generation.
I will never remember that.
Skippy's fine.
There you go.
Alright,
I
so
don't trust him.
we're gonna actually cut short here. Pause the song. We're gonna cut short here. All right, guys, where we leave off today, Skippy has joined the party of Urzus and Azure, who have not really gotten to know much about each other, mostly because A, one's really apprehensive, and B, the other one's really apprehensive. We have the Iliad war situation going on between the Iliad, Lilith, and Taserface, the legendary war hero.
Hopped into a war. Like, can we just talk about
I mean, all of y'all were set to hop into a war, but y'all all disappeared on there. All right, so we're gonna leave off there. Tell me, Taserface, how do you feel about your first part 1 of the campaign for you?
It's a bloody good time, I say. Can't wait to kill this here become great friends with this here changeling friend of mine.
I mean,
Well, wow.
Azure, how do you feel about your fun time in the forest with your newfound friend? Alliteration.
I don't like him. I don't like him. I'm really only there because I know he can fight, and I am scared he might kill me. And I don't trust Skippy either.
To be fair, ain't nothing there to trust. So he tried to use power, and he has none.
There's still something fishy about him. I don't know someone that willing to like help anyone, so it's gotta be something. It's gotta be.
Well, we're gonna leave it there. I'm glad to have you guys aboard. Really fun campaign here. I've had to do a lot of changes creatively, but even way it goes, I'm excited to see where it all ends. To everyone listening, thank you for listening. To Bree, who's listening, thank you for listening.
Anytime, man. Number 1 fan. Woo!
Charisma Checkers, OTTL here. We are signing out.
Just to say, none of us here, nor the DM, knows what's going to happen.
Nope.
The DM always knows what's going to happen.
You traitor!
Always.
Make sure you buy Taserface on the DLC.
Get your Taserface merch, please. Selling
Exclusive Taserface and Azure DLC.
Right.
Get your t-shirts whenever they're available. Watch out for the coming album.
Get your classic Taserface gear.
Hit songs such as
that Taserface, another hit album. Classic. All right, signing out, guys. Thank you for listening once again. Take care. This has been Charisma Checkers, Session 4.